Welcome to the introduction video for our Adventure 365 hiking program. This video is going to casually explain what to expect within the program and also the retreat, how to best prepare for it, and also what our objective is within this program. So essentially what you can expect with our retreats is a lot of walking, a lot of hiking, right? And then for some of you, if you want to double it into some running, we have that prepared for you as an option within the mornings. There is also a walking group, but we want to make sure that it's as inclusive as possible. We want people from all walks of life participating. And if you're generally active, whether you're involved within sports or you're training, you're going to be able to accomplish even those larger hikes that go for 6 to 8 hours. However, we don't just want people to be able to achieve. We don't just want people to be able to survive the hikes. We want people to be able to thrive. So that really means being best prepared and ensuring we're covering all bases, which is what the objective of this program is. We're going to look at maximizing your readiness for these hikes, maximizing participation, making sure everyone can do it and complete it, maximize everybody's safety, particularly on the mountains, and just maximize everyone's overall enjoyment. Again, we don't want this to be a negative experience. We want you to be on the mountain, taking it all in, having conversation, switching off in this beautiful landscape that Queenstown and New Zealand has to offer, not looking down at your feet, dragging your toes and boots on the ground because you're just so sore and fatigued, and also not to have days afterwards in agonizing pain because all your every muscle in your body is excruciating and screaming in pain. So the objective is to really improve your overall experience and, like I said, safety. We're going to be doing this by giving you 2 sessions per week across an 8-week program. And I didn't want to do any more than 2 sessions per week, not because it's not required. I think 2 is more than enough, but also I want it to be a concurrent program to your current training regime. I didn't want this have to be a chore or something that you're going to get anxiety about because you can't fit it into what you're currently doing. And so it's these 2 sessions per week across the 8 weeks that we ask for you to try to execute. And we have 1 session, which is our strength and stability session, and the second session in the week is our muscular endurance session. So our strength and stability session is essentially going to be focusing on all your structures in your lower body. So we're talking about your joints, your connective tissue, we're talking about joint health, we're talking about joint strength, and we're looking at your muscle tissue. We want to make sure you build a tolerance to these eccentric forces that are going to be at play during the climb, as well as ascending the mountain. It's a lot of unusual demand and stimulus that you may not be accustomed to, even if you do play sports and you are generally active and training. So if we can best condition you for that, it's going to minimize sort of hot spots, so blisters and achy points. It's going to minimize potential overuse injuries that you may get within muscle tissue or your joints. It's going to minimize cramping, etc. on the day and afterwards. And we're also looking at ensuring that you're just going to enjoy yourself and be safe ascending up and down the mountain. It's a very simple format, but very effective exercises, which will have transferable benefits, not only to your other training and sports, but also to your day-to-day. For some of you, it may even help remove any sort of pain that you potentially could have within your lower body structures, which is always great to have within a program, and particularly before you come onto the mountains with us. The second session, muscular endurance training, will essentially just begin you the tolerance and stamina so that you're best prepared for these longer range hikes. So 6 to 8 hours we're looking for in two of the hikes that we're doing this week, or the week of the retreat. And so we're just about getting time on feet, just about getting accustomed going up and down stairs and up and down hills and just preparing the body and mind for that. It's also a great excuse to grab a friend or grab someone from the retreat that might be near you. Potentially you could just put on an audiobook or podcast or whatever it is and just sort of switch off and get amongst the outdoors. So we have prescribed different stair protocols, whether you are going 1 step or 2 steps at a time. It's always going to be looking at walking uphill or up the stairs, and then you can just pitter-patter, jog lightly down, or you can walk down. So we're not looking at full exertion, we're not looking at running and racing, because that's not what we're going to be sort of preparing ourselves on the day. We're just going to be at a steady pace, and we're going to be hiking at the slowest person's pace, right? So what we don't want to do is obviously rock up and we get halfway there and someone's completely bonked out because they don't have the stamina, they've hurt themselves, their knees blown up, they've tripped over because they're fatigued and they weren't focusing. So these are all sessions and types of training that's going to prepare us for, I guess, as an individual and as a whole to have the greatest outcome. please don't get nervous and please don't be anxious about it. Don't think that am I going to be the most unfit or ill-prepared person in the group. I promise you, if you stick to the training that we've delivered here, or if you're already accustomed and acclimated to what these demands are, then you're going to be fine. Okay, so there's no stress to be had. If you are looking for runs within the mountains and within our area that we'll be staying, we will be providing that option for most mornings. There'll be a running and a walking group. So there's gonna be plenty of time to sort of expend more energy and get out to explore the beautiful place that is Queenstown. And I promise you guys, these hikes that we're doing and the physical effort that it takes and requires to get to the top of these mountains is just rewarded with some world-class iconic scenery and landscape. So we'll never, I guess we'll never regret the hard work it takes to get there. If you do have questions about some of these exercises or where you're currently at in terms of fitness or pre-existing injuries, etc., or any concerns, hit me up on socials or go into the Facebook group and ask. We'll have the program here within the website, but it's also going to be situated on the Facebook group. So if you are looking for progressions, regressions, it's always there to look at. You can then ask there. And I promise you, if you've got questions, you're probably asking someone else's questions that's on their mind. So we can kill two birds with one stone in a matter of terms. So either way, team, I'm really looking forward to getting out there with you and sharing this beautiful, amazing experience that is Queenstown. Again, reach out if you need anything. Otherwise, enjoy the program and I'll see you all in Queenstown.